When people use the term Black culture, it is often linked or referred to very common stereotypes. Sadly, such stereotypes have become the base of African American culture, and to an extent, have blurred the line so deeply that one cannot understand what the essence of Black culture is. Black culture, or African American culture, is the contributions that African Americans have made to American culture. It would be impossible to cover all of Black culture in this short amount of time. However, I decided to present this in poetry form. What is Black culture? Black culture represents the African Americans who were faced with setbacks and tribulations, but yet against all odds, fought and persevered. Instead of admitting defeat, they stood united and grew stronger. Black culture represents people like W.E.B. Du Bois and Booker T. Washington, who fought to educate African Americans. Black culture brought us educational institutions such as Howard University, Spelman College, and Tuskegee University. These schools were founded to educate Black people when they were denied access to mainstream colleges and universities. And people like Mary Bethune, who organized a schoolhouse with just one room on a wasteland. Black culture is rooted in Christ, thanks to Christian Black patriots like Reverend Richard Allen, who founded the first African American Christian church. Black culture is the successes of dedicated African Americans like Thurgood Marshall and Charles Houston, who fought against racist laws, desegregated schools, in the Supreme Court case Brown versus Board of Education. Because of Black culture in America, everyone can learn together regardless of race. Black culture represents writers, poets, and novelists such as Maya Angelou, James Baldwin, Langston Hughes, and Lorraine Hansberry, who educated Americans of the struggles of African Americans through their writing. Black culture represents inventions such as caller ID, call waiting, fiber optic cables, all by Dr. Shirley Jackson, the first African American woman to earn a doctorate in nuclear physics at MIT. Black culture saved lives through people like Charles Drew, who revolutionized blood plasma research and developed the first blood banks, and people like Dr. Daniel Williams, who performed the first heart surgery, and Garrett Morgan, who invented traffic signals to reduce automobile accidents, and gas masks so that firefighters may navigate smoky buildings. Black culture represents Hall of Fame athletes like Jesse Owens, who represented America in the 1936 Olympic Games. He brought home 4 gold medals, beating Adolf Hitler. And Wilma Rudolph, who survived polio and went on to win 3 gold medals for America in the 1960s Olympics. And people like Jack Johnson, the first African-American heavyweight boxing champion at the height of Jim Crow. Black culture represents performing artists like dancer Alvin Ailey and his company, who became ambassadors that represented American modern dance around the world. Black culture is pioneer rap artists like Run DMC and DJ Kool, who lyrically informed us of the inner city struggles when the news wouldn't. Black culture is Queen Latifah, who modeled and encouraged young women to carry themselves with respect and confidence. Black culture is when Billie Holiday sang the blues and she became Frank Sinatra's greatest single musical influence. Black culture is musicians like Duke Ellington and Louis Armstrong, who established jazz as a part of American music culture. Black culture today is Ryan Coogler, who directed the top grossing superhero film of all time, The Black Panther. Black culture represents business thinkers like Madam C.J. Walker, a self-made early 19th century millionaire who paved the way for American women to be entrepreneurs. And Reginald Lewis, the first African American to build a billion-dollar American company. These heroes and heroines all represent Black culture, and they are prime examples of determination and success against adversity. Don't you see? African American culture is a significant part of the foundation and the evolution of American culture.